I should say. Welcome here to the beautiful lawn of our Safra campus, the northern part of this historical campus we have. We will be celebrating two interconnected events here today. One is the dedication of the Asper Huji Innovate Center, which is right over there. The second is the first time ever that we award the Asper Prize for Innovation. And if any one of you 10 years down the road asks himself, when was the first time you heard about the Asper Prize? It is today. We're starting a great tradition here. We are very happy to welcome a number of guests here. First and foremost, the chairman of the PBC, of the Planning and Budgeting Committee, Professor Yossi Mekori. We're happy to have with us the acting CEO, Michal Neumann. Our chairman of the Board of Governors, our dear Dan Schlesinger. The chairman of our Board of Managers, who for some reason sits there on this side. We'll soon understand why, Harel Beton. Of course, our president, Professor Asher Cohen, our rector, Professor Barak Medina, our incoming rector, Tamir Shefer, our very dear friends from both Bezalel and Azrieli, who are partners in this great endeavor. Welcome, everybody. The main purpose of the Asper Huji Innovate, of our Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, is not, and I repeat not, to create new startups or new ventures. This is not the aim. It may happen. It is happening. The main goal of this big endeavor we're doing here is about education, about pedagogy. We firmly believe that 21st century students need to know how to become entrepreneurs, and they do not need to be students of engineering to become entrepreneurs. They may be students of law or of social work, but people nowadays need to become entrepreneurs. People need to know how to promote, how to push, how to make things happen, and therefore, in the very fabric of our education here in the university, we have this Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Much of the vision of creating this place, this center, came from a beautiful initiative of the Planning and Budgeting Committee of the PBC, including a very generous grant that we received 4 years down the road, together with our close partners in both Bezalel and Azriel. I'm now very happy to invite our chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Dan Schlesinger.
Thank you, Yishai, and thank all of you for being here. I'd just like to remark on two aspects of the Asper Huji Innovation Center. One is to celebrate Gail Asper and the Asper family. I have known for many years Gail as a incisive and insightful lawyer, businesswoman, philanthropist, who comes from a long tradition of just true excellence and commitment to Tikkun Olam. I did know that she was a great dancer. I didn't know until a few minutes ago she's also got a budding career as a rapper.
Or not.
We'll see. May need a little work. And then the flip side of that is I want to also celebrate the fact that Gail has decided to allow the Asper name and to donate the Asper philanthropy to the Asper Huji Innovate Center, because Gail has done such a great job that I know that she would not commit her family's name and the philanthropy of her foundation if she were not totally convinced of the importance and the ultimate success of this center. So thank you, Gail, and again, welcome everyone, and thanks for being here.
president, Professor Asher Cohen, please.
I'm not going to mention all the dignitaries that are here. I am happy to see all of you. You heard them from Ishai, and I'm truly happy to be here. And in the inauguration of the Asper Huji Innovate and the Asper Award for Innovation. Ishai said it, but I want to emphasize it. Future education cannot be just an education in one or two disciplines. In our society today, one has to be active or proactive. When students graduate from the university, they often move into some 3 to 5 jobs in the first 5 years after leaving the university. You cannot do it successfully without developing some sort of the ability to be proactive, to think, to initiate, to do things. And as Ishai also said correctly, it's not about just technology. Although it does exist in technology and we all know about it, it's not about technology. It can happen in all aspects of life. Culture, business, everything. One has to be proactive. And this center is about being proactive. How do you say it? Entrepreneurial? One day I'll be able to say it right, but I'm learning. I want to say 2 more thank you. First of all, as Ishai said, the PBC that we see here, both Yossi and Michal, that initiated the competition that took place 4 years ago about those centers. I have to say that we got a large sum of money from the PBC, 20 million shekels, but we didn't get it. We won it. There was a national competition and we got the first prize, the first award. And so in some ways we earned it. So thank you for your initiative, which really helped us build this center. And the second that mentioned that it's important to do is our partners in the PBC partnership, where Bezalel and Azrieli, we worked with them on the center that won that prize. So I would like to thank you for your participation, for your partnership in that. And so I'm looking forward to the continuation of this center that is already really doing extremely well with Amnon and Ayelet. Where is Ayelet? Sawyer. So it's working already extremely well, and I'm seeing the future, and it's bright. And I mentioned the contribution of the PBC. So Yossi, please come here and say a few words as well.
Thank you. I'm going to follow President Cohen by saying, dear dignitaries, friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful to be here at the dedication ceremony of the new home of the Asper Huji Innovate Entrepreneurship Center. A lot has happened since the launch of the Council for Higher Education initiative to support the creation of academic innovation and entrepreneurship centers in 2018. My predecessor in the role of chairperson of the Planning and Budgeting Committee, the PBC, Professor Yafa Silberschatz, had a vision of a new campus which would include the creation of physical spaces where students and faculty would be able to learn about and get hands-on experience in entrepreneurship. We are thrilled to be here today and witness that, notwithstanding the 2 very difficult years of worldwide COVID pandemic, which were particularly challenging for the type of activities of entrepreneurship centers were expected to promote, the Hebrew University, which together with Bezalel and Azrieli colleges won the first prize in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Call for proposals, has risen to the challenge with flying colors. Under the leadership of the center's dedicated staff, and with the support of the Hebrew University Management Board, courses were developed, student committees created, many initiatives promoted, and international awards and prizes won, including, of course, the very generous donation of the Asper Family Foundation. In the name of the Council of Higher Education, allow me to say that we are proud and happy to have played our part in this development and wish you many more productive years in your new abode. Mazal Tov, and may you succeed in having a positive and long-lasting JLM impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor McCoy. I would like to invite Gail Asper here. So before I pass the stage on to Gail, this is an award we give to our very dear, very close friends. This is a key to the university done by one of our home artists. Now, the secret is we use smart cards to enter the university. Nonetheless, Gail, please.
Thank you so much. Now it's a puzzle to get Well, I'm not going to be rapping, but I do just want to say what a pleasure it is to finally be here in Israel among so many friends and be able to celebrate together the formal, long-awaited opening of Asper Huge Innovate and the presentation of the first inaugural annual prize. This is a really, really exciting moment for us and our family and the Asper Foundation team. Because Asper Huge Innovate is something that's been in our family's DNA. It's founded on the principle expressed by Hebrew U's most famous founding father, Albert Einstein, who said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that we use to create them." We understand that solving the greatest challenges of our era, including climate change, novel viruses lately, food security, geopolitical conflict, requires thinking outside the box, and we've got to be nimble, and we need to inspire an entrepreneurial way of thinking. You actually have to train your brain to be open to ideas, and this is a mindset that's important in every endeavor. As we heard, it's not just about startups, it's about every institution, every organization needs to have an entrepreneurial approach. And innovation is the core of what Einstein was talking about. He understood that the solution manifests in one's imagination and a way to think differently. My family's had a long history of support for the Hebrew U, starting with traveling scholarships. My dad really believed that it was really important to get people of all backgrounds coming to Israel and experiencing what this country had to offer. But we've also helped with the Israel Medical Research Center, Israel Canada, and it all started really with the Asper Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And that led to us choosing to support Asper Huge Innovate because it exemplifies many of the core beliefs shared by my father, Israel Asper, who spent his life dedicated to the ideals of entrepreneurship and innovation. He used his creativity when he was a tax lawyer, and then he led the Manitoba Liberal Party. He actually led it into almost oblivion, but we're not going to go there. But then he turned a small investment in a Winnipeg TV station into a global media empire, Canvas Global Communications Corp. So I spent my life watching entrepreneurs like my dad, and I saw that entrepreneurs are people who hallucinate. They see something that doesn't exist and they work like hell to make it happen. And they ask, why not? They question the status quo. They are often very annoying people. But it's a mindset that is needed whether you are running a food bank or a Fortune 500 company. And we fervently believe the world needs more entrepreneurial thinking, which is why we are so fervently proud to be supporting this initiative. And we've basically watched as this institution has enabled Asper Huge Innovate to flourish, investing in the students who are this incredible source of innovation, but they are in need of a framework to bring their ideas to life. As part of Hebrew U's ecosystem, the already brilliantly award-winning Asper Huge Innovate is providing students with the tools that they need to move an idea from the drawing board to reality and nurturing success through the process. They understand that, you know, you can be an entrepreneurial sort of person, but you benefit from training. You benefit by having role models, which Asper Huge Innovate is providing. You benefit from the support of peers to commiserate and to brainstorm. And most importantly, and something I saw in my dad, it teaches people that it's okay to fail. Failure is not failure. What really is failure is to not to even try. So I do applaud the leadership of Asper Huge Innovate, and I'm speaking on behalf of my family and the foundation about the excitement of dedicating a project that's going to deliver new ways of thinking, new entrepreneurs, and we'll be honoring the legacy of the architects of innovation who came before them, the architects who built the Hebrew University. So I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the colleagues and collaborators who helped to make this venture possible. Dr. Amnon Deco, Ayelet Cohen, the whole team at Asper Huge Innovate. My fellow dreamers at the Asper Foundation, leading, first of all, Mo Levy, my friend and colleague as the executive director for the last 23 years, who worked tirelessly and enthusiastically on this initiative with our fabulous Canadian Friends team, with Rami Kleinman, with Debbie Dankoff, and of course the Division of Management of the Hebrew U. You are and you have been wonderful companions championing the process of bringing the vision to fruition, and I hope you are very proud of the legacy that you are leaving, wherever it's going to go, because this is going to be sprinkled throughout the university and throughout the globe. I congratulate also all of the participants in the Asper Prize competition. There were many, many people who competed, and we're down to the finalists today, and I'm looking forward to the presentations. And I just want to thank the university so much for this beautiful ceremony. Thank you. And thank you for the
And I just waited for this so that you'll see who is Gail Asper. That's why I didn't talk about her before. There is no one quite like her. Did you ever get a call from someone and then hear a rap song on the phone? Just original, at the spot. You are the epitome, the great example of people with enterprise, entrepreneurs, entrepreneurials. So this center fits your family and fit you as well as anything. And we are very happy that you are such a great friend of the Hebrew University, Gail.
So thank you, Gail, and thank you, Asher. And as we move to phase 2, and I'll soon invite someone on stage, just a brief story from 4 years ago. We were about to set up a center of entrepreneurship and innovation, and we started a search process. And there are many good people in this country, especially in this city, many applicants, and a wonderful list. And at the end of the day, we interviewed 5 outstanding individuals. And the big problem we had at the end, we had 2 winners. We were unable to find one, but rather 2. And hence, came to life this concept of Dr. Amnon Dekel, please, who leads this effort. Ayelet, do a big hi so they know who you are. And this is the power couple, I can say, who runs this enterprise. So please, Amnon.
Wow, thank you very much. So we're all very excited here. And Ayelet, as Ishai was saying, I've said it many times, if Ayelet was not my partner in this thing, I don't know how we would have made it alive to where we are right now. So Ayelet, thank you. So first, I want to start, first of all, by saying thank you to our Director General Frankel, to our Chairman, Mr. Schlesinger, to President Cohen, to Professor Makori. Thank you very much. And then I'd like to say thank you to Gail Asper. We'd like to thank you and your brothers, Leonard Asper and David Asper, along with Mo Levy, Jeff Morey, who, is he here or is he's back home? And Chai Abramson, where are you? From the Asper Foundation. I also want to say a big thank you to Ambassador Yossi Gal, to Ram Semo, to Brenda Needle Shimoni, and to Naomi Mizrahi from our development division, and of course to Rami Kleinman and Debbie Dankoff from the Canadian Friends. With your help and guidance, we started a process of hard work and long hours that culminated in the wonderful gift from the Asper Foundation and Gail Asper. So thank you very much. I'd also like to say thank you to the Huji Executive Management, to President Asher Cohen, to Director Barak Medina, and of course to Director General and Vice President Yishai Frankel. Without your continued support, we would not be standing here today. So thank you very much. We'd now like to show a short video to give you kind of a little understanding of what Asper Huji Innovate is. And this was a video that was produced by Mo Levy and Chai Aberson, so thank you very much. Were you running it? Under Build, we've supported 120 business and social innovation teams in our various programs, and they have collectively raised over $56 million over the last few years. We've also launched, thank you, we also launched the Huji Innovate Fund that invests up to $10,000 in startups in our programs. And for this, we want to say thank you to the British Friends and to Nigel Solomon. And we're also growing our active outreach program where we provide access to our professional knowledge to high schools, to the Jerusalem community, to Israeli government and military, as well as to foreign researchers and academic institutions from around the world. And as we've seen over the last few weeks, the skies have opened. A week doesn't go by where we don't have a number of teams from around the world coming here to meet us, which is really, really nice. Last and not least, of course, in November of 2021, we won the Outstanding Emerging Entrepreneurship Center of the Year Award from the Global Consortium of Entrepreneurship Centers in Higher Academia. That's a mouthful, I know. This is an organization that hosts 300 universities from around the world. And on stage with Ayelet was a small university that you might have heard of called Yale University, getting the same prize. So we're happy to be in that league. So if by chance you have not noticed, we're very proud of what we've done here over the last 4 years. And therefore, I would now like to invite our friend and mentor, the chair of our steering committee, Professor Shlomo Magdassi, to say a few words. Shlomo?
Dear guests and colleagues, I think that by now you know what is Asper all about. And I think that I would say in a few words about what's happening now since the establishment of this center. Until recent years, the Hebrew University Innovation and Entrepreneurship was based mainly on the faculty members. When we started this Huji Innovate, we started to have our students getting into the field and the spirit of entrepreneurship. And we see it happening with undergraduate students and graduate students and also young faculty researchers. So this is really a change of the spirit of the university. And as President Asher Cohen said, that we are changing the way of education is seen by students. It's not only to be a chemist or physicist or something else, it is to have all the tools for being entrepreneur. I would like to share with you an event that was last week. The name of the event was My Glorious Failure. And this was given by 4 people that described their huge failure. And these people were people that really had a big failure. For example, the person who initiated the Bereshit satellite that crashed on the moon. This is a real failure. But he has now his own, I think, almost $1 billion company that he rose after this event. We also had the Minister of Science and Technology she talked about her big failure while she was in the government. And we had another person who talked about his failure, and now he leads a company, $1 billion company. So this is the kind of events that we organize and have our people participate and understand that this is part of the education, this is part of the spirit, and we encourage this. So we actually see the Asper Huji Innovate as an important part of the education at the university, while helping students prepare themselves for the future, while also working on research students, undergraduate students, and young researchers to get the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship that can impact really the world. We see now there's quite many startup companies starting, it is catching up, and it will be much more. So I would like to thank the Asper family and the Hebrew University management for the strong and continuous support for our center. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shlomo. So, we're now starting to talk about the Asper Prize. As part of the generous gift given to us by the Asper Foundation, Gail Asper, we decided with our benefactors to create a prize that highlights some of the wonderful young startups that are created by Hebrew University founders or that have been created using Hebrew University intellectual property. The Asper Prize focuses on shining a beam of light on such companies, at the end of which we will select the annual Hebrew University Rising Startup of the Year award. All the companies you're going to see here today are no more than 4 years old, are focused on creating solutions that will improve the lives of people around the world. I'd like to thank especially Dr. Itzik Goldwasser, the CEO of Yusum, the tech transfer organization of the Hebrew University. You and your team's help has been important in the process. Thank you very much. I also want to say a big thanks to Keshet Nyman, who ran and produced the competition. Thank you, Keshet. And now I'm proud to hand off to Ayelet Cohen, my partner in crime, as we like to say, in founding and running Asper Huji Innovate. Ayelet.
Hi, and thank you, Amnon, for being my manager, my mentor, my partner, and my friend in the past 4 years. So, hello everyone, and I'm really excited to kick off the finals of the first ever Asper Prize. As Amnon mentioned, we have 5 finalists here, and at the end of the event, one will be named as the Hebrew University Rising Startup of the Year and receive a cash prize of 100,000 shekel. So, how is it going to work? Each startup will have 3 minutes to pitch and tell us all what makes their startup innovative and impactful. The finalists that will be on this stage in just a few moments are making waves around the world in various sectors, providing healthcare, fighting disease, drug development, deforestation, and food security. Once they pitch, there will be 2 minutes of questions for our esteemed panel of judges who will be scoring the startups on the following criteria: potential for large-scale impact, level of innovation, problem-solution fit, and finally, the pitch quality. It's also important to note that our judges have received materials from the startups in advance, so they are not seeing this for the first time. I'm happy to introduce you to our panel of judges. We have Gail Asper, President and Trustee at the Asper Foundation. We have Mo Levy, Executive Director of the Asper Foundation. Harael Beton, Chairman of the Board of Directors at the Hebrew University and the founder and general partner at Viola Growth. And Michal Tzur, Hebrew University alumna, a serial entrepreneur and co-founder and president at Kaltura. Yeah, but they're not the only judges here. I'm happy to let you all know that you are also going to help us choose the Hebrew University Rising Startup of the Year. Each one of you got this orange stripe with this small remote. And you're going to be, you as the audience, will be account for about 25% of all final score. The audience voting will begin after all 5 startups will finish the pitching part, and then we'll explain you the entire process later. Keshet will do that too on our behalf. So without further ado, I'm really pleased to invite the first finalist to the stage. Samson Wallenberger-Shevitz, Business Development at Dyke Wood.
I've also been asked to remind you to take the remote control off and put it below your seat, so you don't forget to take it with you.
This is like the Oscars. We're not going to announce the wrong one.
And you're going to announce.
Okay, well, first of all, I hate judging because everything I heard was fantastic, and everyone I was giving 5, 5, 5, 5, 10 out of 10. So bravo. That being said, between all of us and all of you, we do have a winner. The winner is, okay, wait, Asher, do you want to say something before the winner?
The great Gail will announce the winner.
The winner is Kinoko Tech. Yes, drum roll, bravo! The inaugural Asper Prize. This is wonderful. Bravo! I can't wait to try this. Congratulations! Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Wow, thanks everyone. It's really exciting. I feel like the Oscars. We truly believe in the vision that our food system is going to change, and a sustainable, healthy, and affordable solution must come out in order for people to change their diet. So I really invite everyone who is interested to hear more or talk to us about how we can get it faster to everywhere around the world. Come and talk to me later. Thank you.
Great, so we're now inviting Ishai Frankel, our Director General and Vice President, to finish up this part of the session.
Thank you very much, and a giant thank you to the 4 startups who didn't yet receive the prize. Guys, you're on your way. So, lots of luck. We are this short from getting to our lunches, and we have really the final and beautiful part of our ceremony. We will be inaugurating the new Asper Huji Innovate Center. This is a center that was built to a large extent with a PBC grant. This will host the growth and the addition of our innovation center. This was part of our library and transformed into an innovation center, which we see as part of the service to our student and university community. So if you will all join us, we will walk. It's about 30 meters over there. We will do the ribbon cutting, and that will end our ceremony.